Hello, my name is Chelsea Sawatsky, and today I'm very excited to share with you volumes 3 and 4 of the Diamond Collective series. But before we get into that, I just want to share a little bit of background. So, the Diamond Collective series is the second series I've written. The first series is the Channeling for Ascension series. And what's interesting is that I kind of see it as all one kind of mega series that's broken down into two series within the series, if that makes sense. And the reason why I share these first is that in these books, I talk about all the beings and collectives that I channel in the Diamond Collective. And these beings and collectives specifically came forth to me, made themselves known to me for the Diamond Collective project. I didn't know this when I was writing Channeling for Ascension. That was just the progression of things. But in here, I talk about how I actually see their energy. They're all non-physical beings and collectives, but I can see their energy. And you may ask, can I see other energies? And yes, I see many different energies, beings of light, a part of my light collective. And all these beings in Diamond Collective are also a part of my light collective that actually agreed to this project, I think, before I was even born. So this is really exciting. But I want to share this with you just first off because this one, Diamond Collective 2, is kind of like, Channeling for Ascension 2 is kind of like Diamond Collective 0. In this one, I was guided to only include the galactic beings and collectives, and those are all the ones in the Diamond Collective. And so that's why I point this out, because this one is like Diamond Collective 0. And so from there, we come into the series that we're here to talk about, of course, the Diamond Collective. These ones I showed you last time. So we have Diamond Collective 1, Diamond Collective Volume 2. And so with this whole big series, everyone builds on each other. And the first book's Diamond Collective, it provides a really great foundation, is kind of laid. And then in Diamond Collective, this is when things really start going. They're going in all the books, but just from the perspective of the writer. And so you may think, oh, these are channeled messages. What are you writing? So I write an intuitive summary with each message. And this was the same in Channeling for Ascension. Like I mentioned, I also included a bunch of other parts in Channeling for Ascension, introducing the beings, how I see them, how I feel their energy. And in these ones, I do an intuitive summary. And in these intuitive summaries, I write intuitively. So whatever, of course, comes to me. And what is really interesting is that when I started this Diamond Collective series, and even in the Channeling for Ascension, things would just pop up. Personal examples from my past that were just perfect for that section to share the point, or insights, or even revelations I had while I was writing. And what I noticed is the more I went along, the more I would have these examples happen synchronistically as I was writing the books. So this became very exciting, but it also got really real. So here they are, Channeling Ascension 3 and 4. So volume 3, I may refer to as the green one, and volume 4, the blue one. And these two are the newest ones in the series. And like I was mentioning, more and more, I know that my higher self loves providing me with real life examples as we move through this series. And so I noticed this happening more and more frequently in volume 3. And it was typically quite mellow. But of course, I'm sharing things that the whole point of these books is to empower you to live as your true self on earth. And you already are your true self. So it's really letting go of everything you're not. And how do we do that? Well, we sometimes have to go things we do not prefer to realize where we're operating out of alignment with our true self, also known as higher self, soul self, divine essence, source energy self, true self. So there started to be some interesting situations I found myself in that I knew my higher self had set up so I would have these great real life examples for volume 3. And when I got into volume 4, before I started it, I was feeling so excited for what I was going to learn, because volume 3 was huge for me. Like, they're all huge for me, but I feel like volume 3 and 4, we delve even further into my subconscious and how I'm actually using these channeled messages to free myself from these patterns, this programming, and not just in a wonderful way. It's a real way. It's how a real human being, myself, is going through this and getting, letting it go, releasing it, getting it out of my system. And before I started 4, I was so excited, but I also felt this trepidation, this kind of like, I had a feeling something big was coming up. And if you've already read volume 3, you'll be happy to hear that in volume 4, some really exciting things happen that tie into 3. And so that was a miracle, and many miracles. I consider every synchronicity a miracle. Yet in volume 4, there was, of course, the miracles, but also the low stuff that I had to get through. So high highs, low lows. This is life. This is the rhythm of life, but it ends, of course, on the most amazing high, because I realized, it's like the grand reveal of my life theme. It's just the amount of realizations I had while writing this book are phenomenal. In writing all of them, but this one just, it really got me where, it got me where it hurts, you could say, but yeah, where the ego hurts, because of course our higher self has never hurt. So it's coming back to that. But yeah, so in this book, it started to feel like this whole series was like an initiation. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what next? But I really feel like I went through the tough stuff in volume 4, the toughest stuff of the series in volume 4. But we'll see what happens in volume 5, of course. And another thing to mention about all the books, I'll just hold 3 and 4 up because they're the new ones, is that when I'm writing the intuitive summaries, I have no idea what message is coming up next. And this I found phenomenal in the whole series, but it's increasing with every book, that the intuitive summary just segues perfectly into the next message, into the intuitive summary, into the next message. I can't even, I have no idea how this is happening. I'm just going with my flow. And as I'm mentioning, the summaries are intuitive, so I'm just letting it go. And it's really, really exciting for me to see. And so sometimes I speak about how excited I am. I'm getting better at, just letting, letting you get excited about it. But it never ceases to amaze me. And I get so excited with all of these synchronicities in between the next messages because I have no idea what's in the next one and how these are divinely curated. So I am guided on exactly what messages to include. And I'm pretty sure in the other video I made about Diamond Collective, about the first two, is that I mentioned that this was originally a podcast. And so I had recorded a channeled message every day from a different being or collective, whichever one came forth to me that day. I was guided on who to channel. I would channel that, and I would verbally channel it. And then after I would transcribe it, and that was that. And then after it was 7 months of doing this, I was guided to stop the podcast and take down all of that so that you can't find that anywhere. There's 6 samples, 5, 6, 6 samples on YouTube of different messages, and those messages are also on my website and on my Patreon, these free samples, so you can get an idea. And with this whole collection of messages, I'm going through chronologically, but I'm guided on which ones to include and which ones to not include. So when I'm putting these books together, my guidance will let me know, okay, this one is yes or no. Super simple. So when it's a yes, I put that one in, and then I read it, and then I do the quotes. As if you've read these books, you've seen inside there's quotes. So, and of course every one starts and it shows their symbol, and here you can see some quotes there. So I do the quotes, and then the intuitive summary, and then an affirmation comes to me. And so there's an affirmation with every single one of these books, in every single one. So I'm just, very, very excited about this. So I gotta show you this. So this is the series. And each one has one of these intuitive summaries. Each one has an affirmation. Each one is divinely curated. So I'm letting know which, and this is from when I started channeling and the progression. The reason I share that is because it chronicles my growth. So, but the fascinating thing is when I'm channeling, what you'll realize in these books is that when I first channel a message, I'm sometimes channeling things that are a little bit beyond my human scope. But then when I do the intuitive summary, 5 months later, I'm at that level, and now everything makes sense. It just blows my mind how this series was divinely orchestrated like this. And so with the message, I get a yay or a nay of if to include it. Then I put it in. Then I go to the next one. Oh, that's a no, so that one doesn't get it in the book. Next one. No. Next one. Yes. So on and so forth. So that's why I put divinely curated on these books, because it's very important to me that everything that is in these books is A-okayed by my higher self, by my team, by all the beings who are featured in these books. And of course, you can see their different symbols around here, and even their symbols were okayed by them, and even the placement of the symbols, and even down to the colors of the books and everything. I am divinely guided on how to put this together in the best way for you, because this whole series is, well, it's my contribution to humanity. And of course, it's a co-creation. I couldn't have done it without these beings and collectives helping me, and my higher self and my guides, and so yeah, I'm just over the moon about it. I'm so excited. Another interesting thing about volume 4 that I'd like to mention is that this one, I noticed there's more energy work happening, more energy activations. Like some messages will have activations and you will literally feel it as you're reading it. This happened to me every single time. And trust me, I edit these books a lot of times, so many times. Yeah, the editing process is a long process, I will say that. But the reason I say that is that every time I've read these messages, I feel the sensations, I feel the energy, I feel the activations. And there's also energy practices that have helped me immensely. In all the books, but in volume 4, I noticed the energy aspect really came to a new level. So I just wanted to mention that. And yeah, so and the other thing is there's a really fun special gift at the end of volume 4, so that is super exciting. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is just how when I got these books, I realized they can also, they're beautiful, they look great on your shelf, they're a nice resource. But the main goal is always to empower you to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, to connect with your team, to connect with your higher self, your future self. And so that, yeah, that you are feeling, well, basically so that you can be your true self in the world. Again, coming back to what I mentioned earlier, the Diamond Collective is really the human collective. Every human is a diamond. And the diamond is that true self, is our divine essence within our source energy self. And so it's all about being your diamond in the world, shining your light. And so, yeah, this fun little thing that I thought of when I got these books this last time was you can use them as also as like an oracle. So say you're going through your day and you think, oh, I wonder what if Spirit has a little message for me. So I can say right now, I can put this on my heart and say, can you show me a message that this audience on YouTube would benefit from? And then I can twirl it and say, what my eyes came to was just this paragraph. It's in an intuitive summary. It says, something I feel called to mention is about the last quote in this message, which speaks about how the higher aspect of us always gives consent to everything we experience. It is not that our higher self or soul is making us go through awful things. We are our higher self and soul, allowing our human to grow in the best way possible for their journey. Wow, that was touching. So yeah, that was a little message from volume 3. And so you can do that in any of the books, volume 3, volume 4, 1, 2, Channeling for Ascension. So yeah, I want to put these in order and show you them one last time because I'm just super psyched on all of them. And yeah, you can find these all on Amazon, and they're all available in ebook or paperback, and whichever works for you. And the original channeled messages in the Diamond Collective series are also available on my Patreon. So you can actually download the set of, it's a zip file and it contains all the MP3s. And it also has album art, metadata. I set it all up in iTunes. So it has all the relevant information. The messages are professionally mastered, so they're all the same volume. They all sound really good, and they all have intro heart activation to assist you in opening your heart, because that's a big theme in the Diamond Collective, because that's where our diamond is. And yeah, so there's that, and then the outro is a root chakra activation to assist us with grounding into Mother Earth, because this series is not about escaping Earth, it's about living our heaven on Earth, to be our true self in a human body in this physical world called Earth, and having the most amazing time. And living our divine blueprint, one of success, one of well-being, health, prosperity, abundance, joy, peace, harmony. All of these things, that's who we are. That's actually who we are. We don't actually have to strive to be that. We are that. All we got to do is let go of what is not us. And so this Diamond Collective series is going through with me as this example, and sharing how I'm releasing all of these outdated beliefs, programs, patterns, conditioning, and all the realizations and insights and tools and practices and processes that I use, so that I can simply be myself, be who I am, who I wanted to be on Earth. Of course, I wanted to go through this whole process. I wanted to be programmed so I could, share this with you in these books. But what I'm getting at is that by the end of it, and it's not over yet, so but if you start now on volume 1, then probably by the time you're at, the next one will be out. So yeah, in this whole series, I really feel, when I started it, I didn't know as much, but now I really feel this thing is it's a complete cleansing and purification of our beliefs, programming, pattern, all these distorted filters that we view the reality through. And so by the end of the series, is what I'm feeling is that we're gonna be, I feel like I'm at a whole new level with every single message, and so you can trust that I'm going through this process with you. It's not like I'm up on a pedestal and I'm so great and this and that. Exactly the opposite. I am, especially in volume 4, I was literally in like my own pits of despair as I'm going through this, and but also because I have this information, because I have this connection and all this, I've found ways to let go of these patterns, these cycles that I've been in my entire life, and that have plagued me my entire life, and now breaking free of it. And this freedom is It's sweeter than honey. Words cannot describe. And so I am so honored to get to share this with you. I'm so excited for these new books and the entire series. And but yeah, I just wanted to highlight that, give you an update. And I'm super excited to start volume 5. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. So yeah, with that, I will let you go. I'll of course put all the links to the books in the description box, and I'd really appreciate if you use the links because that would help me out. And yeah, I really appreciate all of your support, and if you read them or not, thanks for watching. The other cool thing is they are on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have access to that, you can read them right away. And you can read it right away too if you purchase the ebook, or you can buy the paperback. And in this last one, it took 2 days to get here. So it came super fast. And yeah, they're a beautiful resource to have. And yeah, so yeah, thank you for being you. Thank you for being here on planet Earth. We all have a specific role to play, and we are all in this together. And yeah, so yeah, that's all for me today, and I will let you go with that, and wishing you a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Much love.